Many of you know I'm not feeling real well. I wasn't feeling well before we left, and on the flight over, it just seemed to get really bad. And so, it's hard to do a lot of work when you don't feel really well in a hot place. When I was already really hot, and so there was a lot of challenges, and there was a lot of good things too. And one of the things I kept thinking of is I don't want to complain too much, because Ray can't even get here. He's stuck in the Philippines or in Guam, and so at least I made it here. And there are challenges, man. I wasn't feeling well. The first day we had the local school come to the compound, I decided that with each group that I was speaking with, I would do the song Deep and Wide. And so the second part of the song is High and Low. And so I did high and low probably like 40 to 50 times that day. By that night, I couldn't walk. Everything from my knee up to my hip was just sore, and it was sore for like 3 days. So I couldn't walk, I didn't feel well, it was really hot. I'm like, man, this isn't going well. And then probably the other low light for the trip is one day they said, well, we're gonna go to this city called Baguio, it's beautiful. And sure enough, we go up there, it's beautiful, and we eat at this restaurant, and we're using the restroom there, and as Bob shared, not a lot of restrooms have toilet seats there. But I walk in, and I'm pretty sure 99% of that restroom floor is covered in urine. And I was just like, oh, man, mission trip to Japan was so much easier. But there were challenges, but as you've heard tonight, there was also a lot of great things that happened. And I'll just share a few of the important ones for me, or a couple of them. One is, as you've heard, just the access that we had to share the gospel. As you heard, we invited teachers from the school, local public school, to come and basically allow us to share the gospel with them. And you do that in America, I don't know if you get that many to show up. And I'm thinking that night, one or two may come. I think they pretty much all showed up that night. And that's amazing that we have that opportunity. You know, you've heard what we did at the schools, and we basically got to share the gospel in our presentation. But we also did a medical clinic one day. And at the medical clinic, basically, every person that came through the clinic, we made every single person sit down and listen to the gospel, which is great. And they all did. And so that was one of the things that stuck out with me, just the opportunity that God provided us. The second thing, and this is what I enjoy most about going on mission trips sometimes, is the people from our church that went. It was a great group of people. And when you are on mission, one of the great things is you get to see people at their worst sometimes, but you also see people at their very, very best. And there was a few people I didn't know as well on the trip. You know, I knew a lot of the people pretty good, but you still learn new things about people. You know, one of the things about me is Pastor Allen really plugged into us. Be flexible, be flexible, be flexible. And I'm flexible to an extent. One of my pet peeves is when, it seems in the Philippines, when a pastor shows up, people just like to, hey, you're going to preach, go. And I'm like, I would say no. I like to be asked for a while beforehand. And one of the blessings is Alan excels at that. Alan is so good at that, and he's so open and willing to do whatever is asked. And so we walk into a place, and Alan had no idea. And like, Alan, you're speaking 2 minutes, and Alan's like, okay. And to see Alan do that, and Alan thrives in that. And so it was such a blessing to have him and his leadership with us on that trip. You know, Ray missed the whole week, but he comes in on Saturday, and you know what? He just jumps right in. Just jumps right in as if he was there the whole time. And so it was so good to see that. Lily doing her thing with the kids. She was a rock star. Melissa, learning new things about Melissa as she shared. And she got up with Bob and did the hula. You get to see people just excel. Just real quick on Bob, I was sharing the gospel a lot at the clinic that day through my translator. And at one point, I go to my translator, it's like, I want you to ask Ryan and Bob to share the gospel instead of me. And so at one point, Bob goes and shares the gospel. And this is near the end. And after Bob's done with that presentation, someone else comes in. And I'm looking at my translator. I'm like, you want me? He's like, no, I want Bob. I was like, that's great. Bob does a better gospel presentation than me. Man, if only we would have known earlier in the day. And so to see Bob excel at that, and I think Ryan, he went and did it, and I think the first person he shared with accepted Christ. And so those are the beautiful things you get to see God just work in the lives of people. And I want to close with this. As I see each and every single one of these people that I dearly love and I consider family and friends, one person I didn't know as well, probably more than anyone else going on the trip, was Ryan Moore. And I was blown away by Ryan. Ryan did whatever was asked of him. He always had a great attitude. And they had a karaoke machine. And you have not lived until you've heard Ryan Moore do karaoke. I don't know if I and Lily have ever laughed harder than watching her. Ryan's a great sport. He's got a great attitude, a great heart. And so I kind of jokingly said this near the end, but I'm like, I don't know if I could ever go on another mission trip without Ryan Moore. I don't know if I want to ever go on another mission trip without Ryan Moore. And so those are the things that you get. You know, I've been here a little over a year and I didn't know Ryan that well. And those are the things you get to experience when you go on mission. It's great to see God ambassadors of Jesus Christ. And so I just want to thank my team for putting up with me that week because I wasn't feeling well. And thank you as a church for praying for us. So thanks.